What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ray Rambo, Big 39. You know what's going on. I'm excited about my new equipment. As you can see, the mic, the earphones, sponsored by Scarlet, right? Well, Focus, right? Focus, right? Yes, I got it right. um, shout out to everyone that's been supporting me from the beginning. Check out my new music clips on my Instagram. Full songs will be coming out soon, so I'll keep y'all more updated with that, with more content. But I just want to get straight to it. I'm having a series about the truth about cities. So that's going to be a series about me talking about cities that I visit, cities that I lived in. And the first episode that I want to talk about is Las Vegas. As many of you guys know, that I still currently live in Las Vegas. I'm originally from California, Bay Area. Um, the reason that I moved out here, cost of living was cheaper, no state income taxes, 24-hour city. There's things and perks that come into living in Las Vegas. What people don't tell you is the bad, and so I'm always gonna keep it real with y'all from my experience, the bad and good. So a few pros and cons. A few pros is it's 24/7. If you like to smoke weed, that's a positive. There's plenty of dispensaries. There's casinos, shows, food. Um, during because of COVID, post COVID, we're only limited of certain things, but it's surely getting better out here. Um, a few negatives. If you don't like hot weather, this is not a place to be. The health system and the education is not the best out here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I recommend the city for people that already have money, people that are retiring, single people, bachelors, bachelorettes. Like, it's really hard to raise a family out here in Las Vegas because there's not many family activities besides Adventure Dome, hiking or whatever. But there's really not much to do in Las Vegas for a family, in my personal opinion. Um, Traffic is not that bad compared to like a Los Angeles or Houston or Dallas. It's very moderate. If you like heat, you'll love it out here. A few cons I don't like about Las Vegas is that you have to pay to play. A side note, what I mean by that is if you want to work at a casino, if you don't know, this is a shocking truth if you didn't know, is you have to have a PILB card if you're trying to do security, or any type of gaming or non-gaming card or sheriff card, TAM card, alcohol awareness card. Like, you need all these certifications to even like work in a casino. So that's where they get you at. Like, people like, oh, there's no state income taxes. Well, they tax you in the other areas, and those are just like only the tip of the iceberg. Pause of how things that get you on. They get you on registration out here. Like, Las Vegas is a very money hungry, money greedy city, I would say. Like, they'll tax you on everything out here. Like, I never got so many tickets in one city, and those are for personal reasons. It's not doesn't have to be you, it can be me, whatever the situation is. But I'm just letting you know in advance that don't speed out here, don't do a California raw, do a complete stop, and do what you got to do. Um, like I said, these are my personal experiences. Um, I'm getting to the point that it's not for me, just based off personal preferences. There's not that much job opportunities out here. So the city's based off tourism and hospitality. So most of the jobs out here is either at the casino, some type of form of customer service, security, warehouse, and call center. Other than that, there's really not that much jobs out here in Las Vegas. Like, it's getting to the point that you have to work 2 or 3 jobs to make a good living out here. And that's what I got away from when I was in California. I was struggling, barely getting by, just barely having enough money to pay my bills and just be broke and just wait the other week or 2 weeks to get paid. And that's not a lifestyle that I want to live. So I plan on doing podcasting, doing music, opening my own businesses and being a young entrepreneur. And there's not that much local entrepreneurs in Las Vegas that I met personally. Leaning more going towards down south. You see there's more growth out there. Yeah, they have crazy weather, but there's more job opportunities. So that's why I'm excited to leave Las Vegas on that point. Even though my favorite football teams out here, as you can see, the Las Vegas Raiders. It's just a place to visit for me. You know, like I said, if you are trying to start a new life, raise a family, I do not recommend living out here. Just for the things that I mentioned, like I said, the healthcare and the education system is really not good out here. So those are like two major things why I wouldn't recommend a family moving out here or trying to start from the ground up. It's a hustle and bustle city now. It's becoming a mini Los Angeles, and that's the truth about Las Vegas. I'm always gonna keep it real with y'all, and that's my experience. You know, it's just been really hard. You know, and a little background about me: I'm from the Bay Area, born in East Palo Alto. I was raised in San Jose and in the Valley, Stockton, majority of my life, and you know, I have a very strong work ethic. I made pretty bad decisions in my life, you know, and got involved with the wrong people. So they treat you bad out here, man. Fellas, if you gotta be careful. That's the other thing about Las Vegas. The dating scene out here is it's not the best. You know, you can go get domestic violence easy out here. You can get in an argument with a girl and all that, leave, come back, they call the police, and go to jail. You know, it's just simple as that in Las Vegas. You know, because the state comes after you. It's not like California. The police may come out and then leave you alone. Like in Nevada, like they don't play that. You know, so fellas, be very watchful for these females out here. They shiesty. You know. And females do just shiesty too and all that. So, but that's just from personal experience. You know, I got in a situation that I wasn't supposed to be in. End up getting a record, and it's like they look upon you. You know, like they don't even know the full situation and details of my story. So it's been hard trying to find a job in Las Vegas. Like if you're brown or black or in the system, which can be anywhere, but I'm only speaking for Las Vegas. They look upon that. Like they blackball you. So I got turned down so many jobs just off my record alone. And like I said, I have misdemeanors. I don't have no felonies. You know, yeah, I've been working staffing jobs and event jobs. Like, that's the other issue about Las Vegas. Like, the work out here is not consistent. Whether the only way you can get a consistent job if it's essential or you know somebody that knows somebody. Like, it's really hard. People don't like networking in the city. Everybody's from themselves. They're selfish. Like, the energy in the community is not really strong. You know, don't let the glitz and glamour that you see about Las Vegas, you know, trick you. You know, there's a difference between living in a city and visiting. I would highly recommend visiting Las Vegas, but to live out here, I want to do it. And personally, I've been out here about 3 years, and like I said, my favorite football teams out here. It's the West Coast. I like the weather. It's just the job opportunities for me is really pushing me not to stay here no more. You know, I've applied myself at so many places, and they lowball here too sometimes too. You think making 11, 12, $15 an hour is good, but when everything adds up and all that, where they get you on energy bills and the other little petty stuff out here. So, those are the pros and cons and the real truth about Las Vegas. I'm always going to keep it real with y'all. If you have any comments, leave comments. My Twitter is Rambo Ray. Instagram is Rambo Ray. It's Rambo season. You know what I'm saying? Rambo's View. Always keeping it real with y'all, man. And that's all I can do, man. That's the podcast. I'm always going to keep it real with y'all, man. Like I said, I'm excited about the new equipment, new music coming out. If you have any more questions about areas to avoid or areas to go, I could tell you about that. Summerlin is one of the nicest areas in Las Vegas, but it is pricey. I'm not going to lie to you. It's one of the most expensive areas in Las Vegas. And then you got Henderson and Centennial. Like, those are the three main areas I would say is really nice, but they're pricey. You know, you pay for what you get out here. You know, you find $400, $500, $600, $700 apartments. Most likely they're probably ran down or around like really ghetto areas. Avoid North Las Vegas at all costs. If it ain't Aliante or Centennial, I would not recommend moving to North Las Vegas on the north side. Just because there's a high crime out there and there's a lot of police officers. East side, you know, downtown is round down. It's a lot of clucks, homeless people. So I wouldn't recommend downtown. The sad thing is, the more closer you are towards downtown and the strip is more ran down. I don't know if anybody noticed that, but that's the truth. There's a few nice apartments and houses behind the Raider Stadium. Um, yeah, the city's really dusty. I can really honestly say that Las Vegas is really dusty. It's because it's a desert, and it gets really windy and dusty out here. My other pro is if you like guns, it's really easy to get a gun out here. It's an open carry state, meaning that you can have a gun out in open carry, but you also have to have your CCW, obviously, if you want to conceal carry. So it's really not that difficult to get a firearm in Nevada versus if you live in California and different other states with all them crazy laws and all that. So I could say that. That's the other good thing about Nevada. Um, yeah, you know. It's up to y'all, man. I feel like the pros can outweigh the cons, but like I said, it's more of a preference thing. So, I mean, if you already have money, you big ballin' or whatever, or retired, and, you like going to casinos and all that, then it's a perfect city. But as a young professional or trying to raise a family, I would not recommend Las Vegas at all. Um, that's the truth about Las Vegas. Like I said, it's a turnout city. If you like going to clubs, drinking, gambling, just have a good time, man. Like, this is the city for it. I mean, Las Vegas is slowly but surely trying to make it a family-oriented place, but it's going to take some time, and COVID doesn't make things better. I can list a few cities that you want me to tell y'all the truth about. I'll tell you my honest opinion. I lived in Las Vegas. I lived in Houston, Nashville, Marietta, Temecula, Menifee, Stockton, hella hood. If you know, you know. But yeah, just leave some comments in the description at the bottom. And that's my take on Las Vegas, the Sin City, man. That's just the real. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. If you have any more questions as far as pay wages and certifications and what it takes to live out here, I'm open to that. And yeah, I mean, side note, a lot of people don't like Governor Sisolak for whatever reasons that they have. Oh, that's the other thing I don't like about Las Vegas and Nevada. The unemployment system here sucks. They try to separate it in two different sections instead of being smart and having it in one section, like normal people. So they're trying to make people pay back their unemployment benefits. I don't know how they do that, but it's like, how are you going to tax me for something that's rightfully mine? That's the other thing I don't get about this state. They be having some dumb laws, dumb systems. It's just bogus overall. Like, it's crazy. And it's going to be hard for me to move too, because I'm a West Coast kind of guy. Like, living down south has its pros and cons. That's a story for a other podcast time on that. Overall, no matter where you stay, every city has its pros and cons. You just got to ask yourself, does the pros outweigh more the cons? And that's where you find happiness. I feel like self-love is the most important love. And sometimes a change of scenery is necessary. But if your mindset doesn't change and you don't take care of your priorities where you're at, you'll never go forward in life and elevate, because you got to love self and realize if it's really the city's issues or your personal issues. And sometimes it's a mixture of both for me personally. Like I said, just my experience with job hunting and how they stereotype out here, it just makes me over the city, and like I said, I have personal things going on with my life, my mom's medical conditions and all that, and a few other issues. So I feel like I need to go to a city that has better doctors, better education for my nephew, and better job opportunities for me. I want to get to the point that I have a career in my life and not go from job to job to job and just struggle like I was doing in California. I want to be able to work, have money, and travel to Las Vegas or Miami and have the money to do that versus, you're just working to be working, and then it's like you're stuck. You feel me? Like, you be stagnant. You can't elevate, so you can't travel. You can't do the things that you want to do, i.e. what I'm doing with my podcast, doing music, and anybody that'll tell you that came out here to visit me in Las Vegas always kept it real. And that's the other pro I would say is, if you live in Las Vegas, people will come out here to visit you. I had a few people in the past year from Dallas, San Diego, Marietta, Menifee that came out here to come visit me. So it's pretty cool. People will visit you, if you do live in Las Vegas, which can be a bad or good thing. Depending if you want a lot of people at your house or if you're a social person or antisocial person. It really just plays onto that. So thank you for tuning in to Rambos View podcast. I'll have a new episode next week. I'm trying to probably do it every maybe Friday or Saturday. I don't have an exact time yet. But yep, that's the truth about Las Vegas. DM me, leave comments, tell me what you think. If anything I left out about Las Vegas, your personal experience about living here or visiting. And we'll go from there. Stay tuned. It's your Rambos View, Big 3-9. Marty.